Welcome to the United Center in Chicago. In Game 1, a close call for the world champions, but a victory nonetheless. And tonight, the Chicago Bulls take a 1-0 lead over the Atlanta Hawks in the second game of the best-of-7 Eastern Conference semifinal. And Michael Jordan, with a brilliant all-round game, led the Bulls in scoring, free throws, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. A phenomenal performance by Michael Jordan. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Game 2. I'm Dick Stockton along with Hubie Brown. And the decisive quarter, the Chicago Bulls' third quarter, where they really turned on the Jets in Game 1, Hubie.
Well, Dick, with 10 minutes on the clock, they're down 16 points. Michael Jordan steps up, plays like he's possessed above the floor. 20 points, 3 offensive rebounds, great defense. Scottie Pippen chips in with 3 three-pointers. Now they step into the fourth quarter. It's a Donnybrook. Pippen steps up, 15 points, and then the winning 3. But what it comes down to in close games with great defensive teams, who scores the most easy points? Fast breaks, Chicago, 13-0. Second shot points, 12-16. They pick up a +9. That's what wins the close ones.
And Hubie, despite the Chicago Bulls amazing the third quarter, the Atlanta Hawks came back themselves and actually had a lead in the waning moments, had a chance to win down the stretch.
Well, you get down to the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. There are 6 possessions, and the Hawks go 0 for 6. Here is their first 24-second violation turnover. Next possession, they come down. Corbin takes a 3 and misses. Now, at the other end, Pippen knocks in a 3. Now here you're going to have another 24-second possession. So the Hawks now are struggling. They're down 3. Here you have the forced three-pointer by Blaylock. Now, there's the bump by Jordan, a non-call. You can see Blaylock upset. This is your last shot of the game. So you have not only the turnovers, but the 3 three-point shots that are missed. This must improve tonight. Right now, in games 1 through 5 against Detroit, Leitner and Mutombo came in with 37 points, 16 the other night. The rebounding, they must get in the 20s between them. Field goal attempts is the key. They were double teamed, holding them to only 14 shot attempts. Dick, if they pass out of the double team, they've got to repost, or they must attack the double team and split it.
And another compelling story was that of Dennis Rodman, the Bulls' bad boy, who was ejected once again with 2 technical fouls in Game 1. Craig Sager corralled the worm a little while ago.
Can your teammates rely on you not to be ejected tonight?
I shouldn't have been ejected today. The league should be embarrassed to eject someone because someone put his finger in my face, and all I did was just knock it out the way. So if you want to eject me for that, you know, I think this league, like I always said, this league should be wearing diapers, not pants.
Will you adjust your games if the refs call it tight tonight?
I'm not adjusting anything. You don't like the way I play, kick me out of the league.
Back in Chicago, the Hawks going the same way with Mookie Blaylock and Steve Smith in the backcourt, Tyrone Corbin and Christian Leitner surrounding Dikembe Mutombo. And for the Bulls, also the same with Ron Harper, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Luke Longley, and Dennis Rodman. Right now, let's send it over to Craig Sager.
Well, lately, Dennis Rodman has been arriving late and exiting early, being fined at both ends. But tonight, fines being assessed all over the place. The entire Bulls team fined $25,000 for not being available to the media yesterday. And today, an overturned truck backed up the expressway. Among those who did not get here the required hour and a half before game time, Michael Jordan, Tony Kukoc, Jason Caffey, Robert Parrish, of course, Dennis Rodman, and even Phil Jackson. It was Jackson's first time being late, so he said he assessed himself $20 for the first 5 minutes, $50 for each of the 10 minutes thereafter. As for Rodman, he said he had to get on calculator. Dick?
Craig, you were on time, and that's the main thing. Ready to jump it up, the officials Steve Javie, Ed F. Rush, and Nolan Fine, and the tip controlled by the Hawks.
Major part for the Hawks now. The double teaming hard on Leitner and Mutombo. You must find a solution to get them high percentage shots.
And especially Leitner, who played so well against Detroit in the first round. And there is Mutombo against Longley. And Mutombo misses the hook. He missed a lot of those hook shots early in Tuesday's game. Rodman now goes to Pippen at the baseline, guarded by Corbin. Pippen with the turnaround. And Leitner and Mutombo both going for the loose ball, and a loose ball foul is called against Scottie Pippen.
The reason why we said that Leitner and Mutombo must step up in the rebounding. We said in that first game, you know, they did an adequate job with 15, but you cannot count on Mookie Blaylock coming up with 12 rebounds again.
maybe ever.
There you go. But he's one of the best. He's one of the best point guards in the league.
So Michael Jordan guarding Mookie Blaylock as he did in game 1. Smith misses from the perimeter. And once again, the Hawks with their penchant for rushing shots and not waiting for the good percentage shot.
That stat, 13 fast break points to 0, was major for Chicago.
Blaylock with a steal as he blocked Jordan's pass inside. So Mookie Blaylock, who led the league in steals, picking off one there. Rodman is guarding Steve Smith, who
nice
goes
move.
baseline against the worm, and a pushing foul.
That was just a beautiful stagger move by Steve Smith. Keep an eye on Mutombo here and Rodman. Bam, just catches Rodman right in the face. But the funny thing about Rodman is he never complains. You'll see him. He dishes it out and he takes it in the majority of cases.
The thing with Dennis Rodman is that the Bulls players don't really know whether they have him or not each game, even though he's in the lineup, because of his unpredictability. When he was out, they knew he was out. Now they don't know if they're going to have him or not. Here is Leitner with Rodman defending, got a piece of that one, and here come the Bulls. Still no score with more than a minute and a half gone by in the opening period. Rodman is left open at the top. Long rebound to Mookie Blaylock, but the Bulls get back.
Now Atlanta wants to continue to push the ball, and that's where they're dangerous in threes.
Blaylock made a good move around Ron Harper, but it didn't go in, so the Hawks come out 0 for 4 to start game 2.
Dick Smith and Blaylock in game 1 shot 39%, and they only shot 33 in threes.
Here is Scottie Pippen. This is a replay of game number 1 where he was 6 of 10 from downtown, and you know, Pippen ended up with the game-winning shot in game 1 on Tuesday and game 3 against the Bullets in the last series.
You know, Dick, he had a very quiet 29 with 6 rebounds and great defensive plays.
Leitner has blocked out of bounds. Longley makes the defensive play. Luke Longley played a good game in the first contest against Mutombo.
Well, he was left open a lot. Now here comes Longley on a rotation here to pick up on Leitner. Now, you know, Longley is an excellent shot blocker.
Leitner on the pass inside and is blocked by Longley again. And a foul is called. Longley looked like he had most of the ball, but he'll be called for the personal foul. So the Bulls front line each has picked up a foul here.
Well, you like to see this. In game 1, Christian Leitner did not get a foul shot attempt. So you know that he was not underneath quite a bit. He did not use his pump fakes. He was never involved in areas of contact. And when he did, he either got a shot block or a non-call.
6 points for Leitner on 3 for 7 shooting. The one thing the Hawks did well in game 1, UB, was make their free throws and go to the line, as they did here.
Well, 82% in game 1, got 28 attempts. That's outstanding anytime you play Chicago.
Bulls in front, 3-2.
Here's the triangle. Inside cut means screen and roll.
And Corbin with a push on Scottie Pippen. Tyrone Corbin aggressive against Pippen. And that is the first foul against the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks beat Detroit in 5, and the Bulls swept the Bullets in 3 straight games. And the Bulls had 6 days off prior to game 1 on Tuesday.
Here's your screen and roll. Nice move.
Jordan getting free. He'll find the spaces. Longley gets the offensive rebound. Harper from downtown. And the rebound by Leitner. So shooting on both sides off the mark in the opening minutes.
Excellent challenging of shots at both ends of the floor, and we saw that for a full 48 minutes in game 1.
Well, this is a defensive series. Both teams known for their defense. Steve Smith has a block by Longley. That's 2 on Luke. The Aussie has 2 block shots. Atlanta now 0 for 6. Chicago at 1 for 5. And Ron Harper. Harper always seems to score early in the game, UB, and he does here.
Look out.
Leitner beating the Bulls down court. That's what Chicago did in game 1 against Atlanta.
Yeah, well, Rodman is upset because he allowed Leitner to get out in front of him, and then the key heads up long pass.
So Leitner has all 4 of Atlanta's points. Rodman working against Mutombo with a follow-up, and Leitner getting a rebound. So already you can see that Christian Leitner a lot more aggressive in this game than he was Tuesday. 8:20 to go in the first.
Screen and roll.
Leitner blocking out Michael Jordan, giving Blaylock a good look, and he hits from downtown. Mookie Blaylock giving the Hawks a 7-5 lead.
Now in game 1, he was 5 for 15. You say, well, that's 33%. In this league right now, if the Hawks are going to do it, they attempt 22 a game. You've got to make at least 38, 39% if you're going to beat the Bulls.
Jordan guarded by Tyrone Corbin on the switch, leans in. And Corbin gets the rebound. Blaylock releasing down court, and he'll have the layup against Harper. And goaltending is called against Ron Harper. Credit the basket to Mookie Blaylock.
Yeah, from my angle, I agree with Harper. Harper's very upset. He thought he got it on the way up. Now, this is an excellent look by Corbin. Now, here it comes right now, over the top. As this ball is going up, see, he got it on the way up. Definitely a good shot blocked by Harper.
And Scottie Pippen. And Jordan misses a follow-up. Michael Jordan now starting the game 0 for 3 from the field. He started that fashion in game 1, and driving to the hoop is Steve Smith. Mookie Blaylock with 31 points, a career playoff high, and only the second time in 30 games, in 47 games, that Blaylock had at least 30 points. Rodman picking up his second personal.
Now, in game 1, Steve Smith had 19 points, but they were quiet. He struggled with his shot. He was only 4 for 13 from the field. They need him to come in with a big shooting night and then continue to get to the foul line, because he got to the line in that game 11 times, made 10 foul shots. But they need him to make the threes to force the defense to play. At the other end of the floor, also, you know that Luke Longley continues to leave Mutombo to double team. Mutombo must step into the dotted line in the paint and free himself up for a pass, because right now he continues to stay in the same spot and the guy can't find him.
Tony Kukoc has replaced Dennis Rodman, who goes out with 2 fouls. Rodman looking at the officials as he walked to the bench. The Hawks have run off 8 in a row to take a 5-point lead. They had the early lead last night as well. Pippen guarded by Mutombo. Longley is posting up inside against Tyrone Corbin. The ball knocked away. Last touch by the Hawks, and the Bulls have 4 seconds to attempt a shot.
Well, anytime that the Hawks switch like that and you have a mismatch, Pippen did the right thing. He went right into Longley, but Longley's got to make a better move than that.
Shot clock running down, and Kukoc with a wild shot, and the rebound by Michael Jordan. Chicago 2 of 11, and Michael Jordan just may want to take things into his own hand the way things are going. Here is Longley working inside, loses it to Mookie Blaylock, his second steal. 10-5 the score. The Hawks lead with 6:45 remaining in the first quarter. Christian Laettner working against Longley. Pippen is guarding Mutombo. Pippen guarded just about everyone in game 1, and Laettner misses the shot finally. Pippen. Hawks have to watch the Bulls transition, and Ron Harper on a layup. He spun away from Mookie Blaylock, and Harper has 4.
The advantage you have if you're Chicago, anytime that you're in the paint and Mutombo's not there, take it strong to the rim. No shot blockers, just attack.
Dennis Rodman went to the Bulls dressing room. So he came out of the game after picking up 2 fouls, went to the dressing room. He had stomach problems in game 1. We don't know what the problem is here. Michael Jordan, however, has picked up his first foul of the game.
Would like to show you the triangle. The pass has just come into Longley. Anytime that happens, the man in the corner will always backdoor to clear it out. Then Kukoc and Michael Jordan will run a split. But watch how perfectly it's defense by Atlanta. Now just watch how they switch. Watch Laettner and Smith. They switch, and they do not allow Kukoc down the middle. That forces Longley to go one-on-one, turnover.
Let's go to Craig Sager.
Well, Dick, as you saw, Dennis Rodman left the court after the 2 technicals. He is now back in the training room just like he was 2 nights ago, being treated for an upset stomach. Apparently he's had a little bit of the flu the past couple of days, so he should be back. Nothing too serious as we think right now, Dick.
All right, Craig, the Bulls are over the limit with 6:15 remaining in the first quarter, and Steve Smith will be shooting 2. Smith made 1 out of 2 in his first trip to the line.
Well, this year, Steve was a solid 85% on the line throughout his career, 82 to 85 every year. Very consistent. The thing with him, he has to stay active to wear down the defender's team.
1 out of 2 for Smith, and you can see Smith's playoff average in keeping with what he's done on the year. Tony Kukoc getting free, and the Bulls running as they did, as Hubie mentioned, 13-0 on fast break points in game 1.
That's the first time we've seen the half-court trap. The other factor is Laettner must get back on Kukoc.
Laettner to Mutombo, and Dikembe Mutombo scores. So Laettner and Mutombo already have 6 points in the game. They had 16 combined in game 1. 13-9, the Hawks are leading with 5:40 remaining in the first.
There's your guard around, and a double from Michael in that right corner.
Jordan gets away from Smith and is fouled by Steve Smith. That'll be his first.
Anytime that Chicago runs that guard around to the left side of the floor. They run a double screen on the opposite for the guard, and you can see Michael was wide open. He read the defense perfectly. The defense cheated and went under the screen. Michael faded to the corner.
Michael Jordan outstanding from the line now, 23 of 26 in the playoffs from the line. Want to remind you, Jazz and Lakers. And you think the Lakers want a shot at the Jazz back at the Forum. That's coming up next tomorrow. Game 2, Knicks and Heat at 8 p.m. followed by the Rockets Sonics Game 3. They're all tied 1-1. And the Knicks, of course, winning at Miami last night in a big road win to start that series.
Now, in Game 1, we did not see the Chicago Bulls full court pressure and traffic. There you just saw a matchup without any kind of energy.
Steve Smith misses the layup.
Dunk it, big fella.
And Mutombo follows up. And considering that the Hawks use their starters most of the way, that's not a bad idea for the Bulls to traffic.
Ooh, I'm telling you, there's so many jobs opening up. I think I might throw your hat in there.
At that money, don't think I won't apply. Michael Jordan puts up the shot, and an illegal defense is called against the Atlanta Hawks. That's the first.
You can see Smitty missed this. Now, this is Mutombo's second offensive rebound putback score. And you can see what we brought out earlier. Longley will leave to help out, to go for the shot blocker trap. Mutombo must make his presence felt.
Any jobs still open?
Oh, about 6. No, I'm only off the top of my head, but we know there are a few.
Kukoc to Longley, his favorite spot, and Luke Longley gets his first basket. So the Bulls spreading it around, trailing now by 2, 15-13. 4:40 remaining in the first.
Scottie Pippen in the early going doing an excellent job on Corbin. And you say Corbin, well, all of the playoffs is averaging 12 points. Look at this.
Blaylock with his second from downtown, and you know he's going to take those shots. He was 5 for 15 in Game 1, but he's on the mark here, and a 5-point Atlanta lead. That matches their biggest early lead of this game. Jordan posting up against Smith with the fall away, and Michael Jordan with his first field goal of the game.
Well, right now, Michael is very difficult. When he's not going well, he'll run into the post area. And then if you do send that double teamer, he throws the fadeaway to the baseline side.
Leitner working against Tony Kukoc. And Leitner follows it up. And Kukoc does a good job. Leitner was looking for the foul. Lingered down at the offensive end. And the Bulls with an extra man advantage. Ron Harper taking advantage and has 6 points.
Right now, you cannot shoot. Think you got fouled. Whether you did or not, it was not called. And then you do not run back. Right now, Lenny Wilkins is in the face of the referee. And right now, just keep an eye on this fast break. A beautiful dump down. They had the 3-on-2 break. The Bulls right now are on a break. Here's Harper. You have Michael Jordan here. Pippen with the ball. Kukoc. Here is Mutombo, and if you notice, Leitner's not even in your picture. Now, what happens is, as he comes in to here, they defense him. Smith picks up Michael Jordan, but then you have Harper coming. This is there early tonight. 4-on-3, 3-on-2. The Bulls are making it happen because they're catching Mutombo and Leitner dragging in the backcourt.
And the fast break points, 13-0 in Game 1. The Bulls had the edge there as the Hawks shot only 33% from 3 and 43% in the game. And of course, with Scottie Pippen doing the bulk of the work, 40% from downtown. That's a pretty good percentage in the playoffs.
That's what you're looking for, Dick. You're looking for your average to increase. At playoff time in the NBA, if you shoot 38 to 40, you know you're on top of the game, especially against an excellent defensive team.
Hawks started off cold, but they've come back shooting-wise, and Steve Smith follows it up. So they're 7 of 11 since an 0 for 6 start, and the Hawks lead by 3.
I like Smitty's game right now. He's right on top, and you can see he has a nice steal.
That's important as Smith and Blaylock have 12 of their points. Kukoc off the glass. Tony Kukoc with 4, and he had a struggling kind of a game, 7 points in 26 minutes on 2 for 5 shooting. So you figure Kukoc is going to come alive sooner or later.
Well, you know, right now, Leitner, it hasn't been with him yet. He bumped into Mutombo at the other end. That's why Kukoc opened up for that shot.
Pippen is guarding Tyrone Corbin. And here's Blaylock penetrating with a high arcing shot, and Harper gets the rebound. And Hawks have to get back because the Bulls are trying to run the court, and they do as Jordan finds Kukoc. Kukoc with 6 now.
And it's the Bulls leading 21-20, their first lead since early in the game.
Now, Lenny Wilkins wants to run and pick up the transition. Unfortunately, your transition defense better wake up here.
Because the Bulls have 8 fast break points already. 5 on the shot clock, under 2.5 to go in the first, and Leitner called for the offensive foul, knocking into Kukoc.
Just drop the ball, Christian. You don't drop the ball, they're going to get you a delay a game. Now just keep an eye on this. Watch to the right of your screen. Nice, easy play with Michael. See, right now, Atlanta continues to get back, but they're not getting back in what we call a ball back. That was an offensive foul because he caught him with his left shoulder.
Bulls with the ball and a 1-point lead as we get close to the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Jordan posting up against Steve Smith. And a clear out for Michael Jordan. Leitner tries to double it, leaving Pippen open for a 3, and he's got it. Scottie Pippen with his second from downtown, and the Bulls are up by 4.
That was a beautiful pass, but a great screen on the opposite side of the floor to open up Scottie Pippen.
Pippen is all over Tyrone Corbin, who is yet to score after a pretty good offensive showing Tuesday night. Good pass into Steve Smith, swatted away by Ron Harper. And here come the Bulls again on the open floor. They're dangerous there. Michael Jordan, way off the glass, but Pippen cleans up.
Michael said a ricochet pass, Scotty. Oh, did he miss on that one?
Pippen with 8 points, and the Bulls lead at 26-20. They're on a 13-2 run here in the waning moments of the first quarter. As Steve Smith drives, Luke Longley fouls him.
Now we're going to watch Michael come to your right, and then keep an eye to the right of your screen off the double team. Here's Pippen. Notice the screen right there by Kukoc. Corbin could not get through it. Way to knock it down, Scotty. He's still on fire. Then at the other end, the ricochet pass from Michael to Pippen. I know he's going to tell Pippen at halftime. Of course, of course.
Smith making good on the first free throw. He's gone to the line 5 times already. Allen Henderson and Randy Brown have come in. Henderson replaces Mutombo. Michael Jordan sits down, having scored 4 points, but he has 4 assists as well. And he's replaced by Randy Brown. Brown, a pretty good defensive guard. And they're going to need him against those Hawk backcourt people. 26-22. The Bulls lead with 1:10 to go in the first. Good pass from Longley to Pippen. Talk about a clinic with the triangle offense. The Bulls are showing it here in the first.
Yeah, but that's what happens. The guy on the corner, the man the lowest, will always go back door. It's built right into the attack.
28-22, so the Bulls have opened up their biggest margin so far. Leitner gets a good pass from Henderson. The basket counts in a foul. Christian Leitner with 6 and playing a lot more aggressively, has a chance for the 3-point play.
Now this, we said, is open all night for the Hawks. When they trap big man, see that? That's big man. Will you please move so when we hit you that you can score? That is there every time for the Hawks.
Luke Longley has picked up his 3rd personal foul, and Brian Williams will replace him in the Chicago lineup.
And he has a pulled muscle in his hip area. So it'll be interesting to see what he has to offer. I know Phil Jackson right now is trying to test him to see. And then in the second half, if he really doesn't make a contribution, we might see Robert Parrish or Rodman at the center position.
There is Dennis Rodman, who has a recurrence of the stomach problems, reported by Craig Sager, and so he's back. And Bulls get it across in time. Williams only played 12 minutes in game number 1. He'll have to play more, it looks like, in this one, if he's healthy enough. Harper looking inside, and here is Williams, and a good defensive play, and now a late whistle. Allen Henderson guarding Williams, and over the back ball, but it was a late whistle.
Yeah, it was on the rebound, believe it or not. Williams reposted right in the painted area, which was nice. And I'll just keep an eye. See, watch him get the ball right here. Now, as he shoots it up, and as the ball goes, all right, it was a late whistle. All right, late whistle over the back.
And the ball is thrown away, and the Bulls turning it over as Randy Brown and Ron Harper got mixed up. And so the Atlanta Hawks, trailing by 3, can play for the last shot.
Play for the last shot, get high percentage, see what you got. You got Henderson in there now, no Mutombo. So you have Henderson and Leitner running up front in the post positions.
And they're spreading the floor with 7+ to go. Harper is guarding Steve Smith. Jordan on the bench, of course. Smith driving and getting the basket.
Watch out now. You have plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Kukoc Inbounds it to Pippen, gets it back. Kukoc gets the shot off, and that'll do it. The Chicago Bulls, with a late spurt, take the lead, but it's been cut down to 1 as Scottie Pippen with an impressive first quarter, 10 points. The Bulls lead the Hawks 28-27 after 1. As long as you say please, you gotta say please.
I like that.
Smith and Blaylock each with 8 lead the Hawks. Scottie Pippen had 10 for the Bulls. Jordan had 4 points, and he's back in the lineup along with Steve Kerr and Randy Brown. So a 3-guard offense, a smaller team out there for the Bulls with Brian Williams and Kukoc. Kukoc double team, leaving Brown open, misses the layup. Brown couldn't have asked for a more wide open attempt. Blaylock coming back. He's got Darren Hancock in the game for the first time with Steve Smith, Alan Henderson, and Christian Laettner. Laettner posting up against Brian Williams. Blaylock with a 3, and he's got it, so they beat the double team. Laettner passed out to Mookie Blaylock, who has 3 from downtown.
Oh, you love it. Mookie's got the stroke again tonight. At the end of 3, at the end of 1, Atlanta shooting 43, Chicago 50. Free throws 7 for 9 for Atlanta.
Long rebound on the miss by Kerr, and there is Steve Smith going back down, and Randy Brown saved an easy basket, but it'll be Atlanta's ball.
At the end of the first quarter, Chicago dominating the boards 14-7, and also fast break points 10-4.
Bill Jackson looking down court to see what the ruling is. And a 20-second timeout called by the Bulls. Did they change the call?
Now, Lenny has been very upset because he's had a couple of calls. Now, right there, it's debatable. We did not have a good look right there. Brown, he's calling a 22nd as he goes out of bounds. Now the call is, was his foot on the line? Well, you can't tell from the angle where we're sitting or on the angle of that replay.
What do you think of that rule? We're going to look
No,
at
I don't like that rule at all. I wish they'd change it at the high school, college, and the NBA level. You can see it right here. Now, as this ball goes, see right there, it was hit. Now, as it bounces, right there, no, he was definitely in bounds. And if he called the 22nd, the one referee should have been in position right there. Now, you can see he's definitely, he elevated way before the baseline. Thank goodness for many cameras, big production, playoff. Everything is covered.
Ken Owen, Dan Reagan in the truck, leading the way as they have for us all season long. 30-28, the Hawks lead, and a foul is called as Darren Hancock on the trip with Randy Brown, who is still down. Brown getting called for his first personal foul.
Now that you mention everyone working here tonight, did you run out of per diem money? So after the game, these guys have to pick up the tab? Or what? What's going on? You're right there.
Trying to be nice,
in
game 2. It pays off when you get to the later rounds.
This is Slice. Blaylock. Now they can either come with that screen and roll. There it is.
Blaylock looking for the screen and roll to Laettner, who scores. Well executed by the Hawks, who now lead by 4 points. They were up by 5, trailed by 6, and are up by 4 with a minute and a half gone by here in the second quarter.
Bulls coming right back with the same exact play.
And Randy Brown guarded by Hancock, and Brown penetrating to Williams, and a block shot and a great one by Hancock. Hancock, a defensive specialist, trying to finish it off and gets fouled. Both teams going strong to the hoop and running a lot more so far than we saw in Tuesday's game 1.
Well, Hancock played 14 games for the Hawks this year, 24 in the league. And you're going to see this is a great block by Hancock, who's only 6'6" out of Kansas, can really run hard. And right there, he's one of the best athletes that we have in the league.
2 separate stints with the Hawks this year, Hubie. He spent less than 2 weeks with the San Antonio Spurs. He had his last 10-day contract, and here he is in the playoffs and getting early action off the bench. Eldridge Rakasner has replaced Mookie Blaylock, who goes out, having scored 11 points, including 3 from downtown. But Hancock fails to make the free throws, and the Bulls have it down by 4. 10-0 run in the last 2.5 for Atlanta. Kerr working now against Alan Henderson. That means Rakasner is on Kukoc.
Yeah, and he yelled him for him to clear out.
And Kerr sandwiched in, goes low to Williams, reverse layup at the buzzer, and the 24-second clock expired. No basket.
Well, the ball never touched the rim, and anytime the ball does not touch the rim, the count continues.
And a timeout. Bulls with their 5th turnover of the game. Bulls have yet to score here in the second quarter, trailing the Hawks 32-28. He was one honest judge trapped in a world of lies. See Tom Selleck in the TNT original movie Broken Trust, Saturday at 1 p.m. on TNT.
Right now, the Bulls have come with Caffey and Rodman. Pippen back in right now. And Jordan. Right now, they've got to get Michael going. They've got to get him some good high-percentage looks.
And Leitner and Smith are the only 2 starters in there for the Atlanta Hawks. Dennis Rodman, of course, is guarding Christian Leitner. And Henderson setting a screen. Pippen fighting right through it to guard Smith, up and under. And Steve Smith, very active first half, has 10 points in the game. Blaylock has 11, so the guards are doing their job.
That was a very difficult shot. Smitty was sandwiched, had the presence to jam on the brakes, throw a nice fake, and then step through the defenders.
Biggest lead for the Hawks right now, 6 points. Michael Jordan has scored only 4, and Jordan with a foul away. Won't take him long to get up there in the high altitude.
Well, if you notice, the Hawks are not coming at him on a double team on that post, so Michael will go there until they trap him.
That was the first points of the second quarter by the Bulls. Rakasner misses the layup, Rodman the rebound, and here is Jason Caffey, second year from Alabama. Went the distance and lost the ball, and now Atlanta trying to run. And it's Hancock, guarded by Jordan. Pippen doesn't go for the fake by Smith.
Yeah, Smitty got scratched right on the face.
Rakasner, defensed by Kerr. 6 on the shot clock.
Whoa.
And Leitner is going to fire a 3 and short with it. And Jordan the rebound. Looks like Michael is a man possessed again. Pippen goes up. And a foul by Leitner.
Yeah, well, Leitner went for the block. He did get a piece of Pippen in that situation.
3 on Christian Leitner, and he'll have to come out.
Now, right here, watch Scottie Pippen scrape Smitty right there. You can see he caught him right across the face. Non-call, accidental. And at this end, good look by Michael. Strong finish by Pippen, and right there you can see he caught him on the inside of the arm.
So Leitner, who had only 6 points in game 1, but 9 tonight so far, goes to the bench with 3 personal fouls, replaced by Dikembe Mutombo. Pippen makes good on the first free throw. And I want to remind you, coming up next, game 3 from the Forum, the Utah Jazz leading 2-0, holding serve at home at the Delta Center against the LA Lakers.
Now here comes court pressure. Man to man, but they're not looking for the trap. All they're looking is to run some time.
And a foul in the backcourt. Blaylock, as he saw, came back in the game, and Caffey picking up his first foul.
That's the Bulls' 3rd team foul with 8:26 to go. Right now, you've got to test Dennis Rodman in the post with Mutombo. Get it into Mutombo and then challenge Dennis Rodman and see if you can get him with that next foul.
And the Bulls got into the penalty early in the first quarter. Here is Henderson working against Caffey in a tough shot. Good defense by Jason Caffey against Allen Henderson, who had a big game 1. Kerr spots up for 3.
Oh, boy.
Watch out for him. Steve Kerr only 1 for 3 in game number 1, but that 3 gives the Bulls the lead again, 35-34. The Hawks had a 6-point lead moments ago. 7:45 remaining. There's the 3-point story. They're in the first half.
They got to show us something.
Blaylock, who's been hot from downtown, remains so. That's his 4th. He has 14 points on 4 for 4 shooting from the field.
That time, Mutombo got into the paint, and with that, Michael Jordan double-teamed, opening up Blaylock.
Kerr goes into Pippen. Jordan for 3. Jordan has not hit the threes in the playoffs.
Well, coming into this game, he was only 2 for 11, shooting 18%.
Blaylock still hot.
Oh, yes.
And Mookie Blaylock is on a roll, 5 for 5 from downtown, and the Hawks lead again by 5, 40-35.
I mean, what a shot. Now, remember now, he attempted 15 in game 1. He was 5 for 15.
So if he misses 10, he gets equal to his first game percentage.
But I know he doesn't want that.
I don't
that
think
next 10.
But he'll take a few. Here is Kaplan. Pippen with a good fake on Rakasna. And a good offensive rebound by Cappy. And they got the ball. They're letting him play inside as the Hawks getting a piece of the ball.
Now, Caffey has taken 3 shots down inside all week, Dick. He's got to regroup himself and take a good high percentage shot. Good
Blaylock finally misses after hitting 5 in a row from 3. Here is Kerr spotting up, and he misses from downtown. 3-point shooting derby going on right now between the Bulls and the Hawks. Hawks by 5. Game 2. Bulls won the opener 100-97.
There you go. See what you have, man, big fella. Got to do you.
Remember, Rodman has 2 personal fouls. Mutombo misses the hook shot. And out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulls.
I would like to show you Mookie coming down. If you notice, Kerr gets caught in behind Mutombo right there. See, as Kerr, he did not have a prayer. Blaylock set that up with the dribble with Mutombo as an enforcer. Now, Mutombo has the basketball right here. Dennis Rodman is keeping him out of the lane, so they're ending up with long hook shots. But this play, Mutombo gets into the lane, and watch what happens. Jordan will come down and double team him here, and that will open up Mookie Blaylock there all night long. Now you see, but if they keep him out of the lane, then they play him with 1 defender, and then they hug the 3-point shooters. So Mutombo must get into the lane or drop step, power move, and go to the baseline.
Mookie Blaylock has equaled the season's average. He's shooting 6 of 9, 5 of 6 from threes, and a 5-point lead.
Nice back.
Henderson got around Kukoc. Henderson.
What a beautiful back screen, Dick. That opened up that entire play.
And the biggest lead for the Atlanta Hawks, and the biggest lead either team has enjoyed in this first half. 5:35 to go in the first half, 42-35. Kukoc fouled and will shoot 2.
Well, Kukoc's production definitely has dropped off since he missed all of the games at the end of the season. You know, he ended the season with that injury to his arch, and he definitely does not have smooth movement. And in game 1, he struggled. So you're not seeing him penetrating and dishing off. He's struggling with his shot.
Shooting 33% for the playoffs. And this is the free throw.
Now, right now, you have a back screen by Mookie Blaylock. Here's Henderson right down in and through.
1 out of 2 for Kukoc. Hawks by 6. Rakasner in the backcourt with Mookie Blaylock. Smith on the bench right now. Tyrone Corbin in the game, and a deflected pass. Last touch by Chicago.
Tonight, we're seeing Atlanta with excellent movement, but they had it in the first half in game 1. It'd be interesting to see if they can continue.
And a fall-away shot by Eldridge Rakasner, and that's a 2-point basket. Michael Jordan comes back and hits. Jordan has done everything tonight, rebounding and assists. Has not scored much yet. He has 8 points and starting to go.
When Rakasner hit that shot in the corner, he fell out of bounds and slipped on the towels in front of Atlanta's bench.
Mutombo with the hook shot over Kukoc. It can be with his 6th point. Hawks by 6, 4:45 remaining in the first half. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, Craig Sager with us here at the United Center for game 2. Jordan with a turnaround, and Michael Jordan finding the range. He has 10 and 9 rebounds and 5 assists. Another big all-round game coming up, it appears.
Just like game 1, Rick. Anytime Blaylock's on, he takes him right into the post.
Henderson going to the last offensive foul. Rodman had position, according to the officials. Henderson's foul.
Anytime that you play the Bulls and you're on a drive or you're on a fast break attack, you must be conscious of Pippen and Rodman taking charges in the lane.
That's 2 on Alan Henderson.
See, Rodman just posted up and Michael Jordan's yelling at him, get out of the post.
Jordan getting Pippen low post. Pippen missed the layup. Henderson the rebound. They kept in Mutombo, and Mutombo hurt his right leg.
Yeah, they should call a timeout here. The big fella, he's limping here now.
Trying to work it off, coming back into the offensive side. The Bulls turn it over. Steve Smith will come back in. Mutombo hurting.
Now you can see he's smarting there. There was a collision underneath Pippen before he turned to take that shot. Pippen thought he was fouled because two Hawks rolled into him. Now keep an eye on it right here. You see that Rakasner goes right into the big fella. Pippen is upset because Rakasner also took his feet out from under him. You can see Mutombo's injured on the shin.
Kasner leaves the game, and Smith, who scored 10 in there now for the Hawks, who lead by 6. Kukoc hits a 3.
So much for struggling.
Can't keep those good scores down. Kukoc one of 3 double-figure scores during the regular season for the Bulls. Under 3.5 to go in the first half. Allen Henderson. Smith guarded by Jordan. Goes up, and a loose ball foul will be called against the Atlanta Hawks, and it'll be against Mutombo, his first foul.
Now he's stunned. He's stunned right now. He looked at Lenny Wilkins. Lenny Wilkins says, "Get back, get back." All night long, Mutombo and Leitner have been complaining about the contact on the offensive glass, and the Bulls keep turning around and getting it out and getting an advantage.
I mean, there's no appeals court?
No. Not at playoff time.
Not while the game is on.
No, you play under duress at playoff time.
Harper is left open for 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touched by the Bulls.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. I'm glad they made that call, because they missed Kukoc pushing in the back of the Hawk, who had the inside position that time.
3:02 to go in the first. Henry James, noted for his 3-point flurry when he came to the Hawks in December, will come in the game when we return with Atlanta up by 3. Big game coming up next on TNT. The Jazz and the Lakers tomorrow. Knicks, Heat, Rockets, Sonics. Big doubleheader. Any thoughts on any of these series, Hubie?
Well, I think the Knicks Heat, let's face it, Warning must give them the minutes, and Miami cannot miss 13 foul shots like they did last night. Allen Houston and Patrick Ewing are at the top of their game, but the Knicks defense was there, and still Miami could have possibly come back. But give the Knicks a lot of credit. A great road win.
They have beaten Miami 3 times on the last 3 times they played them, but Miami also an outstanding road team, and they'll have 2 games coming up in New York after tomorrow's game. Corbin going in down. Pippen is guarding Smith. Smith goes baseline, and traveling is the call against Steve Smith.
Now that excellent move, great idea. Smitty thought that he put the ball out of his hand before he moved his foot, and the referee, Steve Jabby, right on top of the call.
Hawks had a 7-point lead. The Bulls were up by 6. It's been pretty closely contested throughout this first half. Kukoc trying to find the range, and the rebound by Corbin, and Blaylock trying to push it up for Atlanta.
Judd Brewster, a defensive specialist in there, also a good 3-point shooter.
Blaylock hitting another 3. Blaylock 6 of 7 from downtown, and 20 points already. He had a playoff career high of 31 on Tuesday, and that is within range without question. Here is Williams coming off a screen in the lane, and the rebound again. Corbin gets 2 in a row. Blaylock quickly in the forecourt. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Mutombo against Williams. And Dikembe Mutombo does what a big man, you know, you've had a lot of big men. That's what you want.
But the key is that if they continue to body him up, he always wants to come inside. Now, we know that he has a nice drop step power move coming back to the baseline. You'd like to see him use it, so then the defender would be in indecision. He wouldn't know that he was constantly going to come to the middle.
Henry James picking up the foul. That is the 14th foul against the Hawks. 8-point lead for Atlanta is their biggest of the game in the waning moments of the first half. Jordan doubled. Bushler. And Judd Bushler hits from downtown. So not only can he play the D, he can hit from 3.
Right. It's very difficult in this league to play 8 to 10 minutes come in as a specialist, and then they put you in and you knock in threes. Judd can do that. It's just a great quality that has about his game.
Now the Bulls double teams.
Nice pass.
And the pass to Corbin open. Those are the shots the Hawks have to hit when they double team the big man inside. Here is Jordan in rhythm. Banks it in. Michael Jordan with 12 points. And the Bulls are down by 3 with under a minute to go. With that man out there, number 23, you know that a huge comeback, and they don't need a big one here, always in the offense.
Yeah, and then they have the number 2 guy, the backup. A little bit like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig for old baseball fans.
9 on the shot clock and a foul against the Bulls. It'll be their 4th team foul. Both teams with 4. Coming up on the Nike halftime report, Ernie Johnson, Reggie Theus will be joined by the Spurs' Dominique Wilkins, and they'll preview Game 3 from Los Angeles between the Jazz and the Lakers. 20 on the shot clock, differential about 13. 3-point lead for Atlanta. And they go to Mutombo. They don't double him yet. Now Kukoc comes over. And Corbin going strong to the basket on a blocking foul against Tony Kukoc, and that'll be his second.
And now watch now. See, Brian Williams is down. Now remember we told you he came into this game with a pulled muscle in his hip area. Now let's see what happens here. Now we also know that he has bad knees. He had knee surgery over the summer. And you can see he is in a great deal of pain.
Signed late in the year. Was a regular with the Clippers last year. Played in 8 games in the regular season. And a full timeout is called, and Brian Williams is injured. Bill Jackson getting the word on the Bulls bench. 20.1 remaining. We'll be right back.
Keep an eye on Corbin on the dribble. He's going to split Pippen and Kukoc. He's going to catch Kukoc. Watch Kukoc fall to your left of your screen, and he gets, hold it right there. He catches Brian Williams right in the knee, right there. And as now Brian Williams falls over the top of Kukoc. All right. Then we'll show you another angle. Watch Kukoc fall right there, right into the right knee of Brian Williams. And Williams left the floor into the locker room.
So the possibility of seeing Robert Parrish emerges even more as a backup to Luke Longley, who has 3 fouls. And Tyrone Corbin is on the free throw line. There is the Chief, Corbin, who had 14 points on 6 for 12 shooting in Game 1, has his first points of this game. Of course, he played his college ball at DePaul, and Ray Myers said we called him the bricklayer because not only did he throw up bricks, he threw up whole houses, but his shooting has gotten better.
Yeah, he has a degree in computer science, and after he's drafted on the 2nd round by San Antonio, he went and told Ray Myers. Ray Myers said, well, you know what, if you don't make it, you can always, he says, that's right, I can always go to work for IBM because they have a job for me. Here he is, 12 years later.
Playing in the 2nd round of the playoffs. Alan Henderson fouls, and that'll be a shooting situation. Both teams over the limit. Kukoc will go to the line. That's 3 on Henderson. Tony Kukoc on the line. Kukoc already in double figures with 10. And he makes the first. The NBA playoffs on NBC continue Saturday with doubleheader action. Game 3 from Atlanta between the Hawks and Bulls, and Game 4 between the Jazz and Lakers. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Showtime on NBC Saturday. Craig Sager is ready, has an update on the Brian Williams injury, Craig.
Well, Dick, as we saw when Hubie illustrated the injury, it was the right knee. Right now, Brian Williams is in the locker room putting ice on the knee. He said he expects to be back, which is good news, but of course we won't know until after halftime.
All right, Craig, thank you very much. We have 6.8 seconds remaining in the first half, and the Bulls diagramming their last attempt. A 20-second timeout called by Lenny Wilkins.
Now, Kukoc, remember, was the 3rd player in double figures for Chicago all year. That's all they had, 3 guys. He averaged 13.6 points a game. Now, in the playoffs, he's only averaging 9. Struggling, not there. But tonight, it's nice to see him. The movement is there.
and the three-point shooting is there. And you know, if you're Jackson and his staff, you're happy when he gets to the line because he's making things happen.
And those three players in double figures are there right now with Pippen and Jordan each with 12, and Kukoc trying to get to 12 on this free throw. And Jordan is there for the follow-up, and it drops. Michael Jordan beat the Hawks inside. Jordan with 14 points. And there is the shot at the buzzer by Henry James. It misses. And the Hawks will take a 2-point lead at halftime. Remember, they led 50-39 at intermission in game one. But Mookie Blaylock off to a sizzling start from downtown. What about Michael Jordan? He had 14 points. Look at this alert play.
Yeah, you can see Hancock loses him on the block out. Michael steps right inside. You know, you always are concerned when you block out, get your body in the guy's chest. You can see he missed them. Michael active.
And that is the end of the first half here at the United Center with the score. The Atlanta Hawks 53, the Chicago Bulls 51.
Threes in the first half by Mookie ties an NBA playoff record, but despite the lead, Lenny Wilkens is not happy with the way the team played. He said the first quarter they spent time arguing about the officiating instead of getting back on defense. And he also said they need to mix it up more. He wants to continue to push the ball, but in the second half when the Bulls defense clamps down, he told Mookie be prepared to go down low and inside. Yep.
All right, Craig, thank you very much. And some Hawk fans are here from Atlanta, rooting on Atlanta in the second round against the world champions. A tough hurdle to be sure. The Hawks lost 3 out of 4 in the regular season. Blaylock with 20, Smith with 10, Leitner and Mutombo have 9 and 8 respectively. Leitner, of course, with 3 personal fouls. For the Chicago Bulls, their leader, of course, Michael Jordan with 14, Scottie Pippen 12, Kukoc has 11, and Harper with the early flurry has 6.
You know, Dick, the reason why this is so important, the 3 halves of basketball that the Hawks have played. During the course of the year, they played here 2 games, were defeated by 28 in one game and 20 in the other. And now you're looking at it, they've led at halftime now in both contests. Let's see if they can withstand the upgrading and shifting of the Chicago defense.
Well, on Tuesday, the Bulls outscored the Hawks 38-20 in the third quarter, with Jordan getting 20 of them. Luke Longley, who's playing with 3 fouls, remember he had 3 in the first half, gets the ball defended by Leitner. Scottie Pippen goes up, and with 3 on the shot clock, Pippen's going to have to fire it over Corbin. He had to force it, and it'll be Atlanta ball. Good defense by the Hawks.
Great defense by Corbin. He fought over that screen.
And then Scottie Pippen, while he was picking the ball up, looked at the shot clock at the other end of the floor to check. He had 4 seconds.
Jordan is on Blaylock. Let's see if the Bulls can clamp down on Mookie here in this second half. And Rodman guarding Leitner, and they get Corbin inside, and Corbin with the layup. Tyrone Corbin gives the Hawks a 4-point lead.
That's his 4th point of the game. That was just a beautiful kick out, cutter through there and find him.
Pippen guarded by Blaylock now. He won't be able to get low on Mookie. They'll switch it back. Longley with a hook shot, and it will drop. Luke Longley with only his 2nd basket of the game. Smith, who was 10 points, driving around Ron Harper, and Harper a piece of it, last touched by the Bulls, and the Hawks will have 15 seconds for a shot.
Any time that Steve Smith puts the ball on the floor and gets a half a step ahead of Harper, Harper allows him to go, and he waits for him to put the ball up, and he's been getting a piece of it.
And a miscue on the pass in will turn it over to the Chicago Bulls, and they'll get it under their basket. Or under the Hawks basket, not their own, of course. But Harper bringing the ball up. Longley at a high post. Michael Jordan, who had 10 points in the second quarter, and Pippen. And a foul before the drive.
There was a guard around that time. Pippen feels that, and he made that call for himself. He feels that once he picks it up, he can turn the corner because they are switching defensively.
2 fouls now on Mutombo. Longley inside, and an offensive foul called against Luke Longley. And that'll be 4 on the Bulls starting center. So Luke Longley, and you know, the Bulls don't have that many big people to go against the Hawks.
Now keep an eye on this. Now Christian is fairly decent. There's the hook right there. Good call. They're bringing in Robert Parrish. In the 2 games played this season, Robert Parrish averaged 6 points and 6 rebounds in limited time.
So you feel he can contribute. He's been around long enough.
Well, you know, let's face it. He has not played in the 4 previous playoff games.
Here is Corbin firing away, and he misses. Jordan gets the rebound. Robert Parrish did not play at all in the series against the Washington Bullets. And there is Michael Jordan missing the layup, the jump shot, and Leitner getting the rebound. Hawks lead by 2. 2 minutes gone by here in the 3rd quarter. Atlanta trying to square things at a game apiece, going home for 2 this weekend in Atlanta.
Well, Mutombo's got to get himself available here.
Leitner with an up and under, and a foul is called. Dennis Rodman with his 3rd personal foul. So a couple of the Bulls in foul trouble, and they're all front court people. Rodman with 3, Longley with 4.
Now you're going to see Christian come down in here, go into the lane. There's your up and under, caught him up in the air, and then force Rodman to come up over the top. Now in the first half, Christian struggled. He was only 3 for 9 from the field, but he was at the line 3 for 3 for a total of 9 points.
Christian Leitner, who of course a free agent signee, came over from the Minnesota Timberwolves, looking for his 10th point, and he's got it, and the Hawks lead by 3. So the Bulls with Ron Harper and Michael Jordan in the backcourt. Up front, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Robert Parrish, and going back door is Michael Jordan.
That's the first time they've done that all night long, Dick. That was eye contact. A beautiful move because Smitty took away the passing lane to Michael.
1 point lead for the Atlanta Hawks in the 3rd. Smith going in with the layup. Steve Smith going strong to the hoop in this game. And again, Atlanta leading by 3.
Steve has had an excellent night, breaking the foul line area and finishing.
Notice Mutombo giving Rodman the outside shot. Pippen with a fall-away hit. Scottie Pippen now with 14 points. Jordan with 16 leads the Bulls.
Oh, wow. See, that was Rodman. Steve Javy. Rodman wanted a foul. He thought that he was pushed and sandwiched. He said something to Steve Javy.
And a technical foul.
And as he was running back, he continued to yell back at him. And Javy hits him with a technical foul.
That's the 7th technical in 5 playoff games. And Steve Smith will be shooting it. So Dennis Rodman continues to do.
Now keep an eye on this. Now watch as he gets down inside here. Now he's pushing off. Now he felt that he should have gotten a foul. Now you know he didn't get a foul. Now you see, he made the motion.
Now look at this. 5 technicals in the playoffs, 1 ejection. But look at the money lost overall in this season. Amazing.
Right, yeah, well, naturally most of it comes from the game suspended.
Smith has a shot blocked by Ron Harper, who picks up the loose ball. The Hawks lead by 1, but the Bulls can regain the lead, and no basket. Foul before the shot. And Mutombo has picked up his 3rd personal foul, so he's in foul trouble.
Yeah, he was not going to allow. Now watch this right here. Smitty's up under there. Nice play by Harper coming. Harper's been all over the place. Now you can see Mutombo popped him right on the jaw.
Make no mistake about it, the rest of the Bulls are not happy with Dennis Rodman's antics. They love the way he can rebound, as he did there. Pippen lays it in for the basket, and the Bulls take a 59-58 lead. Scottie and Michael each with 16 points, and this crowd getting tuned into this game right now, as they did in the 3rd quarter of game 1. Corbin looking for Leitner. Pippen done an outstanding defensive job. Good spot for Leitner to get it, and Leitner with a turnaround. He has 12.
That's there. If they will, anytime they throw in and they throw out, step into the painted area. The Bulls are playing behind the post player and go right back into Leitner and Mutombo.
Well, the Hawks are up by 1. Pippen taking a shot, and now with the fall away, he wasn't in rhythm at all on that
well, he was
shot.
fading. Well, let's face it, the other one was an acrobatic move that he just made.
And Blaylock throws it away. He thread the needle to throw the ball away. That wasn't easy to do with 2 Hawks over there right in front of the Chicago bench.
Well, Blaylock realized it. He said he told Steve Smith, my fault.
Or as My bad, as a former NBA player used to say, huh? Jordan guarded by Smith with a fall away. And Mutombo with the rebound. 5 for Dikembe Mutombo. Not had a big rebounding game yet in this series.
You got to challenge him. You got to challenge him.
And there's Mutombo inside and foul. Robert Parrish and Rodman in there, and Parrish, who's playing in his 21st year, and of course most of those with the Boston Celtics. Right now, let's go to Craig Sager.
Brian Williams tried to come out here in the second half. However, the Bulls medical staff told him to remain in the locker room getting that knee iced. He will not practice tomorrow. While the Bulls are practicing before flying to Atlanta, he will be evaluated by the team physician and the medical staff. So Brian Williams will know more after he's evaluated tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Craig. And Mutombo misses the first free throw. Parrish spent 14 years with the Boston Celtics, began his career with Golden State, the Chief, who played with Larry Bird and Kevin McHale up front for those Celtic championship teams, and now Bird's the head coach of the Indiana Pacers. Mutombo missed both free throw attempts. So the Bulls looking to get the lead back, down by 1. Pippen and Ron Harper. Harper's playing very quietly, a solid all-around game.
Game 1 and game 2. He's been excellent. Very quietly, just putting together nice numbers.
And Harper gets free for 3, and he's got it off the glass. Ron Harper with 9 points. Harper had 11 points and 3 assists. Usually unnoticed, but the Bulls are noticing him tonight.
Well, during his career at Cleveland and the Clippers, he had 3 seasons of over 20 points.
And once again, Steve Smith, he's been doing that all night, going to the hoop. He's got 14, and Phil Jackson wants a timeout.
Yeah, Phil Jackson, very upset about his rotation. Now here's Harper right now. This one, he banks it in as that defender came and applied the pressure.
We're tied at 62, nearly midway through the third.
The NBA playoffs on TNT, brought to you by GMC, putting you comfortably in command. By Dutch Boy Paints, give your home the lasting look of Dutch Boy. And by Super 8, life's great at Super 8.
Well, the Dennis Rodman situation has drawn the big headlines here in Chicago. Wondering when Dennis will explode next. He's already picked up a technical foul in this game. These were the headlines today, and as Michael Jordan said, very frankly, Dennis put us in a tough situation on Tuesday. He knows it. In some respects, he let us down. So Michael Jordan very candid with his comments about Rodman, talking to him here.
Well, you know, he won his 6th rebounding title, averaging 16 rebounds a game. In the playoffs, he's only averaging 8. He's constantly in foul trouble. Along with the technicals, he's ejected every other night. So they need him to hit a form of consistency here.
And Rodman,
there you go.
The pass from Pippen. So Dennis Rodman, well, we showed you the 0. We'll make it a 2. And the Bulls lead by 64-62 under 6 minutes to go in the third. Corbin guarded by Pippen. Pippen respects Corbin, and he wants him to give up the ball. Mookie Blaylock has yet to score here in the third quarter. Mutombo goes up, gets the basket and the foul. So the Hawks going a lot more inside tonight than they did in game 1, and the foul on Parrish.
They're going to show you right now. This is a nice move. Rodman moving without the ball. They catch Leitner turning his head. And right here now watch Mutombo go with a little up and under. There you go. We know you have it in your arsenal. You must come back to the baseline.
Mutombo 0 for 2 from the free throw line, and now he misses his 3rd. So 3 misses. Hawks shot the ball extremely well from the stripe in game 1, but this is a different story so far tonight. 5.5 to go. We're tied at 64, so another tight game at this point for the Bulls. Pippen missing the jumper, and Leitner gets the board.
You've got to go at it. Anytime they get post-up opportunities, go in and take Robert Parrish strong to the basket. Make him defend. He's the only player who has not played in all of the previous games.
Well, that time Parrish got a piece of it. Mutombo was looking for the foul, and he's late coming up court, so it's a 5-on-4.
Well, you know, he had him on his back. He just sent up a soft shot.
Corbin is on Parrish, and Parrish is fouled before he can get the shot off.
You know, you look at Chief, you gave all the stats, 21 years in the league. Key thing with the Chief, 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds. Only 2 other guys playing today have that, Olajuwon and Charles Barkley. So he's got to send up something stronger than that. You got a shot blocker on your back, you go and you take it with 2 hands, or you come up underneath on the other side.
Jordan from the outside, and Rodman calls a timeout. So Dennis Rodman calls a timeout. I won't ask you again what you think of that rule.
No,
you already asked that.
Yeah, right. And I know there are an awful lot of coaches who would like to see it eliminated from the game. And then there, you know, you have another faction who said they like the call. I don't know. I'm just against the call. I would just like to see it eliminated from the game.
That's it.
Yeah, probably so.
Right now, let's take a look at tonight's GMC scoreboard. Last evening, the New York Knicks took Game 1 in Miami. Game 2 will be tomorrow at 8 o'clock on TNT. Seattle even things at Game 1. 1 game apiece. Game 3 tomorrow at 10:30 on TNT. And up next, Game 3 between the Jazz and the Lakers, followed by Inside the NBA. Holland, Michigan fan here, a Chicago fan. Tell you what, the Lakers very angry at the lack of the call on Karl Malone at the end of that game on Nick Van Exel.
Well, you know, it's a decision, and Jackie Neese, who was refereeing, made it strong. He didn't make the call. He just, you know, boom, let it happen. Unfortunately for the Lakers, they feel it cost them. Big thing is they got to win at home.
Pippen to Jordan on the line. Jordan has gone backdoor several times tonight. He's got 18.
That was a beautiful change of direction. The defender got caught anticipating going over that screen.
Interesting that Mookie Blaylock has not been able to get off a shot this quarter, and as the words are out of my mouth, he says, Mr. Stockton, how about my 7th 3 of the night?
No, he said, keep talking, Stockton. Keep talking.
67-66, the Hawks regain the lead. Blaylock with 23 and 31 on Tuesday. Jordan slicing in. Harper, and a 3-second violation called against the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, they catch Rodman down inside. Dennis did not think that ball was going to be ricocheted out on that diagonal pass, so he went inside of Mutombo to get inside on the rebound.
Shooting good for both teams in this quarter. The Hawks at 60% and the Bulls 7 for 15. And a pushing foul on Dennis Rodman. And that'll be 4 on the yellow hair chap.
Yeah, well, you know, they're sitting with it right now. They're looking at it, and they're not making a substitution. Now, you know yourself, anytime that you knock the ball away from the post guy when you're playing behind him, it's incredible how many times they'll make that automatic call.
Leitner wanted to burn Rodman on the gamble for the steal. Instead, he missed the 3, and Ron Harper blocked out by Blaylock. Now Jordan controls, gets it into Robert Parrish. Parrish has it deflected. Parrish goes up with that familiar jumper, and Michael Jordan gets the ball away from Mookie Blaylock. Just stole it away from him. 14 rebounds for Michael Jordan. And a foul. What else for him?
With Game 1 and again tonight, I have never seen him so active on the offensive board. You know, you look at the rebounds and you say 14. Come on, we still have 3 minutes and 30 seconds in this quarter, plus another quarter. He is all over the place.
Dennis Rodman sits down with 4, and Tony Kukoc comes in. Pippen. Jordan guarded by Steve Smith. Jordan posting up.
Clear out.
10 on the shot clock. The double comes, but Jordan tipped up by Parrish. Robert Parrish with his first points of the game, and the Bulls have a 1-point lead as we have gone back and forth here in this third quarter as we get close to 3 minutes to go.
And Mutombo and Leitner must step up now on this defensive rebounding. They've got to start claiming the ball and getting some transition going.
And you're right, with Longley in foul trouble and Brian Williams unable to play with
and
the
Rodman
injury.
in foul trouble.
And Rodman in foul trouble. There is no reason why Mutombo and Leitner can't go strong.
Now keep an eye on this. Michael misses at the top of your screen. You're going to see Robert Parrish come in right here. See, Leitner nor Mutombo put a body on Parrish.
Bulls lead 68-67, and Michael Jordan having another superb all-round game. 14 rebounds. And what about the rebounding story as you see it, Hubie?
He has 5 offensive rebounded. Leitner has 4 defensive, Mutombo 3. So between Leitner and Mutombo, your 2 key rebounders, you have 7 defensive rebounds. Michael has 5 offensive, and he's a guard. And he has 9 defensive for the game. So that's why we're bringing this out. They cannot continue to allow Chicago to get easy second chance points because they're already hurting them in transition and fast break points.
And again, the Bulls are without Longley, who's in foul trouble with 4 fouls, and Brian Williams, who's come back to the bench. Not going to play, as Greg Sager reported, will be evaluated as far as availability for Saturday's game 3. Leitner has 14 points, and the Hawks regain the lead, 69-68.
The reason why we bring out these little things, because that's what wins close ball games, and definitely we've had games 1 and game 3, almost 3 quarters beautiful basketball.
Parrish misses, and it's the tip by Jordan is missed, so the Bulls had a chance. Judd Bushler in the game, number 30 for Chicago. Under 2.5 minutes to go in the third. The Hawks lead the Bulls 69-68. Tuesday night, the third quarter was the big breakout quarter for the Bulls. Leitner pulling up over Kukoc. Christian Leitner now with 16 points. 7 here in the third.
Dick, when you hit Christian Leitner on the move in the painted area, he's got an assortment of shots, and he makes them, but he's moving.
Hawks by 3, 71-68. Parrish shooting over Mutombo, and the ball batted down. Good play by Steve Smith. Jordan ready for the rebound, but Smith got his hand on it. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. The Bulls led by 1 at the quarter. Hawks by 2 at the half. They're up 3 right now, and Leitner goes up, misses. Mutombo tries to follow it up. Last touch by Chicago, so Atlanta's possession.
Robert Parrish is doing a very nice job. Now, you got to remember, they played, this is their 5th playoff game. It's the first game that he's been in. So you know he's rusty. He's not in top shape, but yet he's making his presence felt out there.
Minute and a half to go, third. Blaylock, who's had 1 shot, and that was a 3-point basket. Good screen and roll to Leitner. And the basket by Mutombo and a foul. So, but Mutombo alert for the offensive rebound and the basket. He's got 12.
They ran that screen and roll perfectly. Parrish left Mutombo and came over to help out. Now watch the screen and roll. Here comes Parrish right into you. Nice fake, and then that was, you can't say it was a pass because we know it was blocked off of Leitner's elbow right to Mutombo.
We can see that here. Mutombo, after missing his first 3 free throws, connects, and the Hawks lead by 6. With 1:20 to go. Mutombo with 4 offensive rebounds, so he's come alive a little bit off the glass for Atlanta.
Now this is a high screen and roll for Kukoc.
And he'll go for the 3. Rims it. Mutombo the rebound. And the Atlanta Hawks could be looking at a lead going into the 4th quarter. Under a minute remaining. They lead by 6. And here is Steve Smith. And it's by Mutombo, and the Atlanta Hawks have matched their biggest lead, 76-68, with under a minute to go, and they have stunned this United crowd, center crowd again. The Bulls have not really shown their championship form in any of their playoff games yet this season. Jordan, but they always have him. 76-70.
In game 1, their third period defense is as good a quarter as I've seen them play all year. We have not seen that type of energy, Dick, and defense intensity. We haven't seen that in this game yet.
20 points for Jordan. Leitner working in against Kukoc, blocked by Parrish. Good defensive play. That's his 2nd block. And the Bulls with Pippen getting it into Parrish. Corbin doing a good job not letting Scotty get up. Now he's posting up against him. Kukoc for 3, and again he misses. Kukoc missed 2 wide open threes in the last minute and a half.
Dick, both times. Leitner's been about 6 feet away from him.
Jordan on the block, but that's the end of the period. The Chicago Bulls are really upset with themselves as Michael Jordan threw the ball down as he went to the bench. Mutombo with a big quarter, 6 rebounds, 7 points, 15 in the game. And after 3, the Hawks lead the Bulls 76-70. Welcome back to Chicago. Coming up next, it'll be the Utah Jazz going to the Lakers' lair at the Forum. Jazz lead 2-0, and the Lakers want to return in kind. Karl Malone, John Stockton and company next.
Now, anytime that Atlanta runs this screen and roll, Leitner is wide open. Here comes Parrish to cut him off. If Mutombo steps up, this defender cannot rotate down. Just keep an eye on it. There's your look. There, he's wide open. All you got to do is give it to him, Christian. He can run a layup drill.
Start of the 4th quarter. There is the Hawks, who have the scoring edge in the 2nd and 3rd quarter. Steve Kerr is in the game, along with Randy Brown for the Bulls. Michael Jordan is on the bench, but Mutombo is in the game, and Blaylock is going to fire with 1 on the clock. Hits his 8th from downtown, 8 of 9, and the Hawks have their biggest lead of the game, 9 points on the first shot of the 4th quarter.
At the end of 3, Atlanta shooting 48, Chicago 42. 3-point shooting. Chicago 6 for 19. The Hawks 8 for 13.
Tony Kukoc fall-away shot, and he just has not had it except for a few moments in the 2nd quarter tonight.
Chicago winning the rebounding 37-28, and Chicago has 10 blocks. Keep an eye on this. Mookie, the clock is going down. Steve Kerr right in his face as he puts this one down.
Longley in the lineup, and there's Blaylock who gets it away. And the Hawks, Mookie Blaylock with his 3rd steal of the game.
Now in high school and college that would have been a turnover because when you dive on the floor and roll over. In the NBA it's a non-call.
Steve Smith with a turnaround down low. Smith now with 16. And once again good balance by the Hawks. They have 4 in double figures, with Blaylock leading the way with 26, and it's an 11-point lead for Atlanta.
That back door.
And Kukoc misses.
Oh, no. Oh, bad basket interference. Let's see if they call this. That ball was going in.
And the foul was called against Henderson. That's 4 on Alan Henderson.
Now, they did not give him the field goal. Just keep an eye on this.
No.
This ball is going in. Dennis, big fella. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Caught that one right up over the top of the lip. Interesting. All right, they call goaltending. All right, and then put him on the line.
Kukoc with the basket and the free throw. Just the free throw. There's no goaltending call. No offensive goaltending. And the rebound by Leitner.
Offensive goaltending. They did not get to the basket.
Right. They did not.
That's correct.
Right. Offensive interference.
Yeah, offensive interference.
Blaylock guarded by Kerr. And Mutombo, Longley in the lineup, playing with 4 personal fouls. And Mutombo goes up with it, and it drops for him. Mutombo, 17 points. He has had 9 since the half.
Oh, they're doing a nice job. They really are. The big thing that Atlanta must clean up right now are the backdoor cuts from the wings.
83-71. Michael Jordan remains on the bench in the 1st quarter. And here's Mutombo with another block. That's his first of the game. And the Hawks are in rhythm right now. Smith for 3, and he's got it. And the Atlanta Hawks have opened up a 15-point lead with 9:48 to go, and a timeout is called. And the Bulls and this crowd stunned.
Now just keep an eye on Mutombo rotating in here now, catching this block. As Brown falls down, Atlanta advances the ball. The guard playing Steve Jones comes across Steve Smith picks up, and what happens? Smitty's by himself.
8-1 run for the Hawks. And here is tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. The Bulls have had the edge off the glass, including a 15-3 offensive rebounding edge. And Leitner, 16 points. And there you see the Leitner-Rodman matchup. But what about the 15-point deficit right now, and Michael Jordan coming back in the game? And you had a great comment during the commercial break. Is this where we see the S on his chest?
Well, the main thing is right now they need a superb defensive shifting of gears, which we have not seen. And they've got to show us what they did in Q3 in Game 1 right now. It's got to come from defense first.
Longley misses, and the rebound is by Alan Henderson.
And the hawk stick, you've got to stay in your flow. Your movement has been excellent tonight. Just don't play standstill basketball.
2.5 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Plenty of time left, but the Hawks off to a great 8-1 start and a steal by Ron Harper. So that's the defense that the Bulls used in that third quarter when they outscored the Hawks 38-20 on Tuesday. And Smith committing his third personal foul.
When you have post-up guys posting up and they have the guy pinned on his back, you've got to get him the basketball. Right there, Smith had Harper on his back for at least 2 to 3 counts. And then when Harper goes to gamble, that's when the pass went in.
Longley, Harper, Caffey in there along with Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Clear out.
Jordan. And the rebound by Henderson.
Push it.
Allen Henderson going the distance with it, and it's knocked away, and a foul call against Michael Jordan. It'll be a one-shot foul. But the Bulls are not shooting well at all tonight, and that's really turning out to be their Achilles heel.
Yeah, and that was a long rebound. Now, right there, you can see Allen Henderson did not want to dribble the length of the floor himself, but there was no one in front of him. Michael stayed wide. That's why that opened up.
Henderson makes good on the free throw. The Bulls are shooting 40% in the game, trailing now by 16, and Henderson can add one more.
If you look at the Bulls triangle offense right now tonight, any pick and roll, Atlanta switching. Any pass into the post and splitting, Atlanta switching. They've done a nice job keeping the Bulls perimeter. The only time the Bulls have been able to get to the lane is when they have been running backdoor from the wings.
Jordan with a turnaround. Michael Jordan, 22 points. He had 14 at the half. And the Hawks up by 15. That's the first field goal for the Bulls, and it comes with 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter.
Well, you know they're going to make a run. There's no doubt about that.
Steve Smith and Caffey the rebound. Remember, a lot of those dropped for the Hawks in the first half.
Well, it's the big thing right now is you don't play scared. You just play basketball. You just play good, solid defense. Try to keep them outside and only give them one shot.
Jordan misses in. Mutombo the rebound. And got to know the Chicago Bulls, 4-time world champions in 6 years, because they know how to win down the stretch even when they're behind. But they've got to go do it now. Laettner setting a screen for Blaylock. The screen and roll not there.
Well, it was there. They're fortunate. Unfortunately for them, Laettner never made a quick move.
Mutombo tries to force the pass into Blaylock. And on the turnover, here come the Bulls. Down by 14. Harper has it deflected. And I'll tell you, the Atlanta Hawks are clashing the defensive glass now.
Give Mookie Blaylock a lot of credit because Harper went by him. Mookie Blaylock came from behind, and we call that a deflection. And that's the reason why Harper did not have a good, clear catch as he went up for that jump shot.
Bulls have 15 seconds to try the shot. Jordan wide open. Michael Jordan with 24. Remember, Jordan had a 55-point game against the Washington Bullets in game 2 of that first-round series. So he has taken the game into his own hands countless times. Lead is 12 for Atlanta, and Harper with a steal.
That's Harper's second steal here now in the last 3 Hawks possessions. Another clear out.
Darren Hancock in the game, and he is guarding Michael Jordan now. 10 on the shot clock for the Bulls. Caffey posting up against Laettner. Here's Jordan for 3, and Jordan continues to have his trouble from threes. Mutombo getting the rebound, and we'll have a Chicago foul. Longley, and that may be 5 on Longley.
Just keep an eye on Mookie Blaylock. See, he gambles. There's the ball. He loses the ball as he started around that screen. Harper very alertly just tapped it away.
Luke Longley has picked up his 5th personal foul. Eldridge Rakasner has come in the game for the Atlanta Hawks, and a timeout called. So Bulls in foul trouble with their big men. We'll be right back.
The Atlanta Hawks with a 12-point lead. Dick and Hubie have been talking about what's happening on the court. With me, Vice President, General Manager Pete Babcock. What about the mental aspect of this team? Do they think they can win right now? Are they comfortable with this lead?
Well, you're never comfortable with a lead against Chicago. That's been proven over and over again. But our guys have great confidence in themselves, and they have a great feeling that they can beat the Chicago Bulls in a 7-game series, as crazy as that may seem to people on the outside.
What are you most proud of about this team?
I couldn't hear you.
What are you most proud of about this team?
I think their mental toughness and the chemistry of the team, the character is so strong. We're not giving in. We're hanging right in all the way.
Thanks a lot. Let's go back to Dick.
All right, Craig, and Luke Longley stays in the game with 5 personal fouls. Under 7 minutes to go in the 4th period. And Christian Leitner guarded by Rodman, and he finds Corbin, and Corbin misses from the perimeter. Rodman the rebound. 12-point lead, and the Bulls trying to stage a rally. They've got plenty of time, however. 6.5 to go, and Jordan
got fouled.
Got fouled by Rakasner.
He sure did. He got hit right down on the hand. You know, he was very upset that he didn't get that call.
And still upset as he goes to the defensive half of the side. 10 on the shot clock for the Hawks.
That time the Atlanta had bad spacing when they reversed the ball to the other side of the floor. Oh, you're running out of time.
Blaylock
up and down.
And now the 24-second clock expired.
Now, the reason why this is important, last night at the top of the show, we showed to you with 2 minutes and 10 seconds ago tie, Atlanta came up 0 for 6 in their last 6 possessions with 3 key turnovers and 3 missed three-point attempts. Now, you got to continue to play basketball here right now. Keep your flow. You're on a nice move up to 7 minutes.
And the 24-second expiration affected them on those turnovers as well. Here is Rodman going strong to the hoop, blocked by Mutombo, and here is Mookie Blaylock, a 3-on-2, but the Bulls get back. And there is Rakasner open, and Eldridge Rakasner hits a big bucket, and the Hawks lead by 14, 89 to 75.
The reason why you push, Dick, is you got to catch Chicago crashing the offensive ball.
And a loose ball foul on Rodman as Mutombo gets a rebound, and Rodman now has 5 personal fouls, so he and Longley each with 5.
As Rodman takes this to the glass, watch Mutombo time this. All right, there it is right there. Great block. They pushed, and then they kick it right out to Rakasner, and Rakasner knocks it down. You must continue to push the action and look for transition because the Bulls are sending 4 guys to their offensive board.
And Rodman, Longley is out of the game, replaced by Kukoc, so he's on the bench with 5. Mookie Blaylock with 26 points and 9 assists, and an offensive foul is called against Leitner. That's 4 on Christian Leitner.
That's a good call. Main thing right now is you want to eliminate your errors, try to maximize your possessions and get good shot attempts. Don't stay perimeter, understanding that you want to get into the paint and get to the foul line.
Once again, Hubie, the thing that you got to have against the Bulls, good point guard and the good man inside, and with Blaylock and Mutombo, the Hawks are showing that right now. They're competing with the world champions.
See, they're switching on all ball crosses, and it's caused the problem in these first 2 games.
Jordan, foul, basket counts. Blaylock was on his elbow. So Jordan complaining about the non-call on Rakasner, which he should have gotten, will go to the line and a chance for his 27th point.
Michael has been automatic. Anytime that Mookie is on him, he runs him right into the post in the triangle and then does that right there. He turns to the baseline, shoots the fadeaway because that negates the double teamer who's coming from the top. He's nowhere in your picture.
Jordan, who went to the line 10 times in game 1. That was his 3rd free throw attempt. And the lead is 11 with under 5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. The Hawks have been the turnover-prone team, and they've got to watch that here. 10 on the shot clock. Rakasner,
plenty of time.
Guarded by Jordan. Rakasner firing a high arcing shot. Oh,
can't believe it.
Eldridge Rakasner with his 6th point, but his 2nd big basket here in the 4th quarter gives Atlanta a 13-point lead.
Michael was draped all over Eldridge.
Michael can't shoot. Harper will fire away, and that is a big basket from downtown. And if the Bulls will go on and win this game, Ron Harper should get the game ball. He has played very well for the Chicago Bulls.
Plenty of time.
Corbin and Rakasner, and
plenty of time here.
Rakasner has been hot, and he's fouled by Michael Jordan. So Rakasner coming off the bench and playing a big role.
He's done a very nice job. Now just keep an eye on Rakasner right here. Now this is, he thinks the clock is down. How about that one? Michael right up on top of him. Rakasner giving Michael at least 4 inches. The hand was up, and he shot over the top.
Eldridge Rakasner, 6 points, 4 assists. 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 6 who was with the Houston Rockets last year, played in Germany, Turkey, the Global League, and the CBA. Well-traveled Eldridge Rakasner misses the first. Well, the NBA playoffs on NBC continue Saturday with doubleheader action. Game 3 from the Omni in Atlanta between the Hawks and Bulls. Game 4 between the Jazz and the Lakers from the Forum. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Showtime on NBC. The Hawks have not been as proficient from the line tonight as they were in Game 1. They are 14 of 26.
And the sad thing about that, he's an 88% shooter on the foul line during the year.
But this is a level that
pressure of the playoffs, no doubt about it.
Jordan for 3. And Mutombo gets another rebound.
Get it out.
He has dominated the glass in the second half. 13 rebounds for Mutombo. Hawks lead by 10 as we get close to 3.5 to play in the fourth. 8 on the shot clock. Two coaches guarding Latham. Smith to Rakasner. Rodman is on him, and the shot clock expires. That's the second time here in the fourth that the Hawks didn't get off the shot in time.
Well, anytime you run this screen and roll over here with Blaylock and Laettner, it's taking so many seconds off the clock. Then when you go one-on-one, more seconds are going. Michael came on that double team, but no one cut into the lane.
Hawks are extending their defense, making the Bulls work. Jordan with a crossover dribble, misses the layup. Rodman crashes the boards, and an offensive foul.
Over the back.
Over the back, excuse me.
My fault. That was Rodman, loose ball foul over the back.
And Rodman will foul out of the game. Dennis Rodman has gone with his 6th foul.
Yeah, now Michael, when he misses this, he just didn't have possession. Watch Rodman right up over the top. Excellent call.
So Dennis Rodman with 5 rebounds. And 2 points.
Now, this is the key right now. You have to make your fouls, especially on the road when you're playing a team like this. The Hawks already tonight have missed 12. They are 14 for 26.
And the Bulls are over the limit. The Hawks still have 1 foul to give. Mutombo with the free throw. He is 2 for 5 from the line. And Tyrone Corbin will check into the game, and Eldridge Rakasner leaves, but Rakasner gave the Hawks big clutch 2 jump shots and 6 points in the game. 3:08 remaining. The Hawks lead by 11, 92-81, and now the lead is 12. So the Bulls really faced with it right now on their home court, down by 12. But 3 minutes is an eternity. Pippen working against Mutombo out to meet him. Drives by Mutombo and lays it in very nicely by Scottie Pippen. He's got 18.
Big thing right now, all you do is just smash. You just smash.
Harper harnessing Blaylock. He's done a good job tonight defensively as Harper. And here is the 3-point attempt by Smith, misses, and the rebound taken out.
Get it out.
Good rebound by Corbin. He kept it alive for the Hawks.
Run some precious time here.
And a steal. Ball knocked away, and Jud Bushler in the game. They've got Bushler in crunch time in the game for the Bulls. Kukoc spotting up for 3, and he's got it. 7-point lead now as the Bulls come back with 2:16 to go, and the Hawks want a timeout.
Clock management, always precious. This was with many seconds left on the shot clock. You had plenty of time to run it out. An excellent steal from behind, and then Kukoc moving in there. He's got it tonight. He's got the feel.
The Hawk lead is down to 7. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. Atlanta has a 20. Atlanta does have a 20, doesn't show it, and the Hawks also have a foul to give. Rodman fouled out.
Main thing that you have to watch out for right now, they're coming with Bushler and Pippen, and watch the full court pressure. They're going to pick up all over the court. They have all their quick people in there right now, and Kukoc is playing the center position. Lenny has taken Mutombo out. There you go. Now watch the trapping.
And this is where poise is going to really determine a lot for the Atlanta Hawks.
Look
Corbin had Henderson And Mookie Blaylock maintains control. We get down to 2 minutes. It's a scramble right now with 2 minutes remaining and 8 on the shot clock for the Atlanta Hawks. Pippen is guarding Leitner, and 3 on the shot clock. They triple team Leitner. He goes up and scores against 3 defenders. Christian Leitner gets his 18th point. And a lead of 9 with under 2 minutes to go.
He's the key guy to go to right now because of the height advantage. Now, right now, they have all quick people on the floor.
Lukukoc hit as he tries the 3, and Henderson gets the rebound. And now Mookie Blaylock will bring it up to Smith.
Somebody's open.
Minute 35 to go. It's a 9-point lead for the Atlanta Hawks.
Smart.
No one has left the United Center yet. They know what the Bulls could do. And a pushing foul against Buechler. And Steve Smith will go to the line to shoot 2.
Now that was good clock management. They came up, they looked, they didn't have the layup. They sent it over on the side, cleared out, allowed Steve Smith to take Buechler off the dribble. Smart move. You have a heady guy, gave him a little hesitation, took him. The bench, the Chicago bench said he got hooked, but you got to like Smith in that situation.
Smith is 4 of 7 from the free throw line tonight and hits the first one. And a correction on the timeouts. The Hawks have 2 full, do not have a 20, and the Bulls also have 2 timeouts. The Hawks still have a foul to give. Coming up, the Jazz and Lakers. Shaquille O'Neal, and he has a vengeance in his mind against the Utah Jazz. Coming up next.
Big thing right now, no fouls, especially fouling three-point shooters.
Pippen hits a 3. He hit 6 of them last night, and it's 97 to 89. And Leitner on the steal attempt by Pippen. They want it to Blaylock, and Ron Harper fighting for the loose ball. 1:12 to go. 13 on the shot clock. The Bulls are all over the floor defensively. And Leitner has it low against Pippen. They bump, and the foul called against Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, he's stunned that was called, but that was a good call because he definitely need him up. And what you like here is continue to work Leitner. Leitner has a mismatch no matter who is on him. And then if they run the double teams with the quick people, that will open up your perimeter game.
Christian Leitner tonight has 18 points, and the biggest basket of all was against 3 defenders a moment ago. He is 6 of 7 from the line and has been near perfect from the free throw line, but he misses this one. And if he makes it, the Hawks will have a 9-point lead. Remember, the Chicago Bulls lost only 2 games at home this year to the Miami Heat and to the New York Knicks. Leitner missed them both.
That was big.
Steal by Blaylock, out of bounds, still Chicago ball. Bulls have 19 seconds to attempt a shot.
Now you know that they're looking for three-point shooting with their people. Main thing is now you do not want any lobs or quick baskets.
Michael Jordan rims the hoop. The rebound by Allen Henderson, and a foul against the Bulls with 51.1. Jordan is 0 for 6 from downtown tonight, as the Bulls, who shot 40% for threes in game 1, struggling from long range tonight.
Well, they're right up in there. See, Atlanta's contesting everything right here. Now, big point, as this ball comes off, you've got to give them credit, because in the last 2 minutes here, where they could have faltered, they've been holding the Bulls to only 1 shot attempt.
Question for the Hawks is, did they miss perhaps their one big opportunity, or was game 1 an indication that they would be at the throats of the Bulls? And so they've answered the question, win or lose, that they are challenging Chicago in this series on the road.
They put together 2 excellent halves tonight. So when you look at this, they've outplayed the Bulls in 3 out of 4 halves, if they can hold on here.
Main thing is just do not foul a three-point shooter.
10-point lead. Pippen hits the 3, and it's now a 7-point game. 44.7 seconds.
Somebody's got to go long. Look up the floor.
And Leitner, now he's got to work to get it across.
There you go.
And he's got Corbin. Henderson was free underneath.
You always want to make the press in the backcourt when they trap, pay for it by getting the ball up in front.
Under 30 seconds to go and 5 on the shot clock, and a runner by Steve Smith And that may do it for the Atlanta Hawks. They're up by 9, 101-92. Pippen behind to Kukoc, and a steal by Smith, and this will wrap it up for the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks will stun the Chicago Bulls here in Game 2 of their best-of-7.
Well, they've had an excellent defensive game plan. They executed it perfectly tonight, and they've held the Bulls off when they made the strong run.
Harper for 3, 103-95, but too little too late. And the Atlanta Hawks have defeated the Chicago Bulls on the road to draw even in the best-of-7, 1 game apiece. The final score, the Hawks 103 and the Bulls 95. So this series will go to at least 5, and it'll be next Tuesday here at the United Center on TNT, and Hubie and I will be here for game number 5. So the final score, the Hawks 103, Bulls 95.